Welcome to Transformative Talks, an intentional wellness podcast dedicated to education, enlightenment, and empowerment through meaningful connection. Through thoughtful conversations with fellow wellness and holistic practitioners, we explore the many pathways to well-being. Each episode is designed to expand understanding, spark curiosity, and offer practical insights you can integrate into your everyday life. Our intention is to inspire your own positive transformation and support you in creating a more empowered life. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Transformative Talks. Today, we are doing another installment of the Short and Soulful series. Short and Soulful series is basically just 10 minutes or less, some thoughts, philosophies, downloads, intuitive things that kind of come through that are meant to uplift and empower you. So if you're feeling like you need a little bit of encouragement or a little bit of support, these are great short little things that you can listen to that can hopefully help get you there. So one thing that has been on my heart and my mind a lot, and partially it's because of my profession. I work a lot with people that are very intentionally trying to heal things, heal their past, heal their wounding, heal their bodies, heal their minds. And it's very much come to my attention that I think a lot of people put so much pressure on themselves to get to a certain point or get to a certain destination when it comes to their own personal healing journey. It's very obvious to me, and I think to most people it's pretty much in their awareness that healing is not a linear thing. We're not going a straight line from point to point to point in a certain time frame. We might be riding high for a little bit and then we're diving back down low. And we're always kind of doing this ebb and flow when it comes to healing. One of the reasons I believe is just because your nervous system can't handle all the healing all at once. Your brain, your nervous system, your body is only going to allow you to tap into the things that it knows that you can handle in the moment. Our brains are fantastic at keeping us safe in situations, and sometimes keeping us safe means blocking things out. So when it comes to going down your healing journey, sometimes things come up that you didn't even realize were an issue to begin with. And then you have to tackle it when it's presented to you. But your brain does that on purpose. Your brain does it in a way that here's a little bit for you to tackle right now. Here's a little sliver of what's going on that we know we feel safe enough to handle in this moment. And it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everybody is at a different point in their journey. And I think another reason why some people feel pressure or they put pressure on themselves to reach a certain point or do a certain thing is we're seeing people work on themselves all the time, either through social media or when we're going in and getting work done on ourselves. We talk to other people that are at different points, and we can really be hard on ourselves, feeling like we need to be at this point that this other person's at because I really love what they're doing. I see the growth they've done and I really want to be there. And I feel like that's a very unfair pressure to put on ourselves. We need to understand our journey, our healing is solely ours. We can't judge it. We can't put expectations on it. We can set goals and we can have a general idea or general knowledge of in 1 year I would kind of like to be around at this point, and that's fine. But when we start putting expectations on things and when we don't meet those expectations, we tend to get down on ourselves. Also, for some people, they don't start their healing journey until much later in life. The majority of people that come into me as clients that are wanting to tackle this are people that are between like 35 and 60. So imagine having that many years underneath you already where it's just stuff that you haven't dealt with, stuff that you've pushed down. And if you're just now starting to tackle that, it's going to take some time. So really, and I'm talking to you, if this applies to you, you absolutely know that I'm talking to you. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to reach a certain point in your healing before you're ready. So I wrote this down and I thought
it made a lot of sense. So negative self-image and pressure will never create growth. The parts of you that need healed are the parts that need the most understanding and patience. And when we're talking about healing as well, it's so tied in with your nervous system. If your nervous system doesn't feel safe, either from external sources or even from internal judgments and the things we say to ourselves and how we treat ourselves, it's never going to be able to process and get through much of anything. So the key component is to truly be kind to yourself, truly give yourself grace, truly give yourself patience, and truly understand that your healing is not a final destination. I think some people as well have an idea of once I get through this part, I'll be completely healed and everything will be great from then. I won't have to ever deal with it again. That is definitely a very bold assumption to have in terms of a destination for your healing. We are fluid and dynamic beings. We are always encountering things that can create rifts and create strife and create trouble for us. So, in those terms, there's never going to be a situation where you are completely and fully healed from everything. And we're not meant to be. We're meant to adapt. We're meant to overcome. We're meant to learn how to tackle things as they come at us. So the goal should never be to be completely and fully healed, to be rid of everything. The goal should be how to learn new skills so that you can adapt and overcome when things come your way. And to also learn those skills to tackle the past things that you're trying to work through as well. And how can we learn lessons from those? How can we reflect on those things that happen? So if you are on that journey, I am right there with you. I've been doing it for about 10 years now, consciously anyways, and I still feel like I'm unraveling and digging through layers that I had no idea were there. So one thing I wanted to do to finish up this episode was just to draw an oracle card, just to see what specific messages might be coming through with this. Because again, I feel very pulled to do this, and part of this is just intuition as well. So we got stagnant waters, feeling stuck, call for shifts, flow, and change. So this is almost exactly what I was talking about, going back to embracing the fact that healing is not linear. We're doing this, we're moving, we're in motion with it. It's fluid, it's ebb and flow. You never want to focus so much on feeling good and wanting to cling to that because, again, life isn't static. We're not static. So be open to the ebb and flow and the change that comes with life in general, just being here. So too, as I look at this card, it feels like a lot of the people listening may be having that feeling of being stuck in where they're at, maybe plateauing in your healing journey, maybe feeling like you're trying to do everything that you can possibly do to get over something. And for whatever reason, it's just not happening. So to that, I would say, pull yourself back, do a little bit of self-care. Don't focus so much on working through it or getting through it. Just trust that the things that come up are going to come up at the proper time. There's no forcing this. There's no forcing healing your emotions or your mental state or your body. It's going to do it in a way and a time frame that works for it. And our job is to create the environment to support it. And part of creating that environment is giving it safety and care and love and patience. So that being said, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you follow across all of our social platforms and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms so you never miss a new episode. If you're a holistic or wellness provider or someone with a healing journey you feel called to share, we'd love to connect. Visit www.tjtbodywork.com to reach out. And please make sure to join us for the next episode of Transformative Talks.